morning. This is video 4. I didn't get to upload video 3 because for some reason it will not download. But yeah, I think I'm wearing the same shirt as one of the other ones, but rest assured it's been washed and everything. Um, I'm at the Flower Hospital right now. I just went in this morning at 8 o'clock. I got here a few minutes late because I woke up late, of course. Biggest day of something that's important I got to do. And I got in there at 8 o'clock and did some stuff, talked to the nuclear physicist on all the precautions that need to be taken after I take this medicine. And basically it wasn't as bad as what I originally had thought. Everybody's got to stay a minimum of 3 feet away from me if I am around anybody, but all the precautions that we're taking at home just to be safe, because I've got so many kids and I know how bad radiation and nuclear can be. So my wife and my kids, the dog, everybody is at home right now packing up to leave and go to my sister-in-law's for a few days, just to make sure that nobody's around me or could be contaminated by my sweat or anything like that if I were to sweat. But I plan on staying in the house and relaxing, because after not being on my thyroid medicine for almost a month now, my whole entire body is extremely weak, and it's hard for me to even brush my teeth in the morning, walking, even sitting in my truck right now. My legs are weak, my arms are weak, and it's really getting to me a lot. I'm able to resume normal activity basically in 72 hours from right now. I just took the pill about 20 minutes ago. In 72 hours, I can go back to taking my Synthroid medicine. I believe I'm good to go back on eating a regular diet, which I'm really excited about, at least just having one day of some good meals and stuff that I shouldn't eat because it's bad for you. But it's been a long time, so probably gonna go to a restaurant and have a nice big steak and eat really good, and eat some dessert or something like that. But after that, I'm excited to go back on the keto diet, get my weight back down, hopefully. That's just one of the biggest things. I've gained about 20 pounds back since my surgery, because I haven't really been working, and I've been eating a lot of, things such as oatmeals and lots of fruits and stuff like that, because that's what's okay for the low iodine diet, even though it's not okay for the keto. I had to drop keto for a while, just to make sure that I can still eat. But I can take my Synthroid medicine in 72 hours. And from there, the doctor said it should be about a week, maybe a little over a week, before it starts to work again. So for as weak as my body is right now, my legs are weak, my arms are weak, my mind's getting a little bit weak. I'm just kind of exhausted, even though I really haven't been doing anything but relaxing at home in preparation for this. And hopefully once that medicine kicks in, I start to feel better, because this is really, really draining on me. But I'm going home here pretty soon. My wife and kids are all packed up and ready to head over to her sister's house for a couple days. And the doctor said that that's really not 100% necessary. It's okay for people to be in the same house with me. It's just they can't be any closer than 3 feet, because he used a Geiger counter to measure whatever that red and yellow box was. I don't know what they call them now, but he measured 3 different distances off of my stomach from where, at the current time, the pill that I swallowed was giving off the most amount of radiation. He used a tape measure and that counter again to measure 3 distances off my stomach to see if it was putting out pretty much what they expected. And right around the 1 meter mark, around 3 feet, is where it died down to 2, to where when he had the numbers up to my chest, we were at like a 380. So the closer you are to me, the closer anything is to me, that's where the radiation is. But after it gets into your body, it all goes basically through your whole body and attaches to anything that iodine would go to. Once it's attached to those, I guess they call it tags, once it tags to those, that's where that sticks, and it doesn't move again. It stays there and does its job. I believe he said for up to about 10 weeks. So I had a scan done yesterday. I didn't take a video on it yesterday just because all I really did was go into the hospital, laid on a bed, and this machine moved over me ridiculously slow. Luckily I fell asleep because it was 34 minutes long. But it went from the top of my head down to about my shins, top and bottom, really close to my body, and it scanned everything to see what those 2 very small doses that I took earlier this week were. They told me today that those 2 small doses that I took were not dangerous whatsoever. I really didn't have to make any changes at home other than keeping my hands clean and flushing the toilet with the lid down. But nothing was really dangerous because that stuff was out of my system. Within 6 hours, whatever they gave me is halfway gone. Within another 6 hours, that half is halfway gone. So within one day, that stuff was pretty much completely out of my system. That's how this is going to work with the microcules that I took today. Whatever they gave me right now, in 6 hours, that should be decayed by half, because it's all going to be absorbed into my body, and I'm supposed to be drinking a lot of water to basically pee it out. And then within another 6 hours, that half gets cut into half, and it does that for a couple of days until basically all the stuff in my body has been, has come out through urine. And he said the biggest thing is keep my hands clean and dry. And that's the biggest thing at home, but we've got it all prepped at home to where anything that I'm going to need over the next 2 or 3 days is in 2 spots. We covered the kitchen table with a plastic tablecloth. All of the food that I need to eat or prep, or utensils, plasticware, paper plates, is all sitting on that table. All the food that I'm going to need to touch is sitting on that table. There's actually a mini fridge sitting on that table with anything that I'm going to have cold that I need to prepare is sitting on that table. The table next to my chair in the living room where I'm going to be sitting watching TV, that is covered also. That has my stuff that I'm just going to be using as I sit there for doing stuff for work, figuring prices, things like that, box of tissues, waters, all my candy that I have to eat. I have to eat a candy. He said pretty much keep a lemon drop in your mouth at all times, which sucks because that tears up your mouth. But he said that nobody really had to leave the house. They just had to be smart about things, to be in the bathroom, the most important thing, sit down to go to the bathroom, flush the toilet after the lid is closed. That way it can't contaminate around the outside. And wash and dry your hands and rinse out the sink with soapy water. So even though he said that a lot of people do keep their families at home and just take the precautions, we are just being smart about it. And my wife's going to go spend a few days away from home. It's not that she can't stop by and say hi, come in, bring me food or anything. We just pretty much got to stay away from each other for 3 or 4 days. So he said I can resume normal activity back pretty much on Tuesday, because Monday's a Labor Day, so it's a holiday, so I won't be working on Monday. Tuesday, he said I should be able to go back to work. I'm not sure if physically I'm going to be able to do that, because like I said, my body is just getting to a point where I am very run down and weak. Just sitting in my truck, it's hard to even hold my arm up to hold the phone right now. But I can still drive and everything. But I can resume normal activity. I can start eating normal again in 72 hours, take my medicine in 72 hours. Cannot wait to hug my wife and give her a kiss and hug my kids and be close to them again. Because even though the 2 doses I had over the last, earlier this week were very tiny and didn't affect anything, we still took precautions, and just everybody stayed 5, 6, 7 feet away from me. If they got to walk up and show me something, they did. But we were smart about it, because I just don't want to take any chances with anything. As for that, they're going to do another full body scan on the 7th, I believe, at 1 o'clock. And that body scan's just going to see that it all spread everywhere. And then I think in about 10 weeks, they're going to do another body scan, because in 10 weeks, the levels that are attached or tagged to the areas in my body are going to be down to a point to where they were yesterday when I did the scan. So they put the little bit in me on Monday and Tuesday, and then Thursday they did a scan, because that's how fast that went away, because it was such a small amount of microcuries that it went away that fast. So they could do a scan and see where it's at all through my body. And I talked to them today about the scan and what the results were, and he said that they didn't see anything else anywhere in my body that this would need to go to. There wasn't anything that would have to attack anywhere else, but it's still doing what it's got to do. But they did find a little bit of I guess matter from the thyroid still left in my throat, and that is what this stuff is for. Is it's going to get in there wherever that's left in the throat, kill whatever's in there, and just get rid of that. So basically I'm going to head home right now, and my wife's going to be taking off. I'm going to go home and relax, drink lots of water, go to the bathroom a lot, which is annoying, eat lemon drops all day, and sit there and be bored, I guess. Luckily I got FaceTime, so I can at least get on here and see my family and talk to them kind of face to face without just talking on the phone or whatever. So if I think of anything else, I'll jump back on here and make another video. And again, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask a question in the comments or whatever, and hit the like and subscribe button if you want to hear more about my story and results that's going on, or I'll keep you updated on just basically how I'm feeling and how everything's going. And God bless to everyone, and thank you, and hope you watch this video and like it. Have a good one.